We are back. We're here Tuesday morning, back and better than ever. It's the Regular Fans Show. Vinny Fredericks, Bruce Juno, thank you for joining us, talking all things basketball today. Maybe a little bit of football, as we've got a new mock draft out. It's the off-season, exciting times. Mr. Bruce Juno, good morning, my friend. How we doing?
Morning, brethren. We're doing good. We're doing good. You know, we're loving life. We've been popping out this morning. We've been there's been some stuff going viral that we know and love. It's pretty awesome.
You've been a little busy with your Juice Bruno productions, your recordings and whatnot. So it's been pretty cool to see.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I was talking about Amir Khan.
Oh, you were talking about
Khan.
the legend himself, the McNeese basketball manager,
yes.
Amir Khan.
The McNeese Cowboys manager, Amir Khan, just absolutely stunning on
dog.
everybody, dude.
Absolute dog. What do you think it'll take for us to get Amir Khan on the show?
Dude, I don't know, man. I'm gonna actually.
We'll see what we can do. We'll talk with our people, to see what kind of connection we can get with Amir Khan.
AKA, we will reach out to him ourselves.
we will be hitting up Amir Khan, see if we can get him on the show. But Bruce, I feel like we got to start college basketball, since that's mostly what we talked about yesterday. We spent a lot of time talking about our feelings on the tournament and all the Americans out there. But yesterday was Monday, so we have a brand new AP Top 25. To no surprise, Auburn still at the top. Yep. All 60 first place votes to the Auburn Tigers. Number 2, Duke, overtaking the Florida Gators. Despite Florida not losing a game this week, Florida still somehow drops. That doesn't make sense to me.
It's because Duke destroyed Illinois.
Illinois is not that good. All right, we'll get
but they made them look like children.
Yeah. Whatever. All right, Florida should be number 1. That's all I'm saying. Houston, number 4. Tennessee at 5. Alabama, St. John's all the way up to 7. Michigan, Iowa State, Texas Tech.
I forget how many years. First time that St. John's has
50-some years.
And this is the highest they've ever been in 60, 70 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Shout out I'm blanking
Rick Pitino
on a lot. Yes.
New York basketball, baby. Yes. Gotta love it, New York hoops. Yeah, I mean, first time we've seen St. John's this highly ranked in quite some time. 11-15, you got Wisconsin, Texas A&M, Clemson, Missouri, Michigan, Maryland, Kentucky, Memphis, Louisville, Purdue rounding out the top 20. And at 21-25, we got Marquette, Arizona, St. Mary's officially ranked again. Mississippi State and BYU also ranked after their big win over Kansas. Other schools receiving votes. So we'll take a look here. Other schools receiving votes. Creighton got 53. Yup. Ole Miss, Kansas, New Mexico, VCU, as it looks like my voice is going away. Oregon, UCLA, Drake, bunch of other schools. High Point got a few. Gonzaga got a few. UCSD, Yale even getting a vote here and there. But hey, how about Kansas? Preseason number 1 officially dropped out of the top 25. Pretty crazy. I saw it was the first time in 55 years, something like that, that half of the preseason top 25 is unranked during the regular season.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, you got UConn was number 3. Gonzaga was number, 6.
Preseason.
Who else?
Preseason was Kansas was 1, Bama 2, UConn 3, Houston 4, Iowa State 5, Gonzaga 6. Duke 7, Baylor 8, UNC.
Yep, Baylor dropped out.
UNC's been out. Arizona 10, Auburn 11, Tennessee 12, A&M, Purdue, Creighton, Arkansas, Indiana.
Arkansas's not in there. Neither is Indiana.
Texas.
Neither is Texas.
Cincinnati.
Neither is Cincinnati.
UCLA.
Neither is UCLA.
Rutgers.
Nope. And they got 2 top 5 picks on their team. They still can't crack the top 25.
No, dude, it's crazy how Rutgers.
It's actually ridiculous. Someone needs to study what's going on over there in Rutgers, because
all I'm saying is High Point started with 1 receiving vote, and they currently, I'm pretty sure, have 3. So they're moving on up in the world.
They do have 3. Yeah, look, I'm not really surprised with a lot of these movers. Michigan State jumped up a lot, all the way up to number 8. Louisville jumped up to 19.
I'm crying right now.
I just can't get over the fact that Florida dropped all the way down to 3. I'm upset.
All the way down to 3. Brother.
I want them to be number 1.
I'm sad Syracuse dropped all the way down to 150, but I'm not complaining about it.
No, I'm just kidding. It's not going to matter. Florida's going to get a 1 seed anyway. It's going to be Auburn, Duke, Florida,
But
probably Houston for the ones.
I think we got to just, someone in that committee has got to just bite the bullet and just get Purdue out of the top 25. Get Mississippi State out of the top 25. Get Arizona out of this top 25.
Even
Get
Arizona
out of the top 25.
And Kentucky.
Dude,
Kentucky beat Duke.
Humble themselves, brother. They're 18-9.
Yeah, but they're second in the Big 12.
They're batting .666, brother.
They're second in the Big 12.
All right, maybe leave them then. But dude,
they're ranked higher in the Big 12 than Iowa State and Texas Tech.
Mississippi State, some Dukes.
All right, Mississippi State. I mean, yeah, they're all the way down at 24 anyway.
Ain't looking good. Purdue is dookie. Don't care. Get them out. Like, give these other schools a chance. Just saying. UCSD, Drake, New Mexico, ECU, High Point. Is that not Zaggy's? Actually, don't. That never.
No, Gonzaga's not good. There's some other good schools out there, but I mean Creighton, Purdue.
I like Creighton.
Honestly, the fact that Purdue is on a 4-game losing streak and still hasn't been bumped out is pretty insane.
I know, bro. It's called favoritism. It's called they used to have Zach Edey on their team.
Well, they don't have Zach Edey anymore.
Oh,
it's very clear in their performance, but yeah, I hear what you're saying. I mean, I would like to see Creighton ranked for a little bit longer. Ole Miss, I don't know. Kansas deservingly so fell out.
Yeah, that's
like
what
I
I'm
guess
saying.
that's
if they deserve it.
I guess that's the thing.
Them.
If you're gonna boot out Mississippi State, Arizona, Purdue, who do you put in besides Creighton? I don't think Ole Miss is top 25. Kansas certainly.
Give it to New Mexico or VCU.
Yeah. I would say Oregon deserves like 24, 25 after that win over Wisconsin. Yeah, all right. There's some teams that you could throw in there.
That's what I'm saying. Even the UCSD, they probably haven't cracked the top 25 since they've been a school. Give them the love and appreciation for their program. But no,
the coaches poll Creighton got all the way up to 25th. But
pick up the Blue Jays.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I like Creighton. I think they're a really solid team.
I love Creighton.
They're going to surprise some people out of the Big East. I think they're better than UConn.
I think that's what we think every year.
True. We do think that every single year. And then the tournament comes and they end up bouncing the round of 64.
So they have Stephen Ashworth. I guess
we'll see. But
last year, though.
The big games last night out of college hoops.
Gone.
Obviously, Michigan and Nebraska, right?
That game was dookie.
49-46 the final.
That game was so bad.
Yeah, Michigan came away with the win, but really nothing too exciting. A few guys in double-digit scoring for Michigan, but this was really just a low-scoring game for Nebraska.
Nebraska scored 46, and Bryce Williams scored 26.
I was about to say Bryce Williams had 26 of that 46. Nobody else on Nebraska scored more than 6 points. So.
This game was so mid.
Yeah, but the actual good game of the night being Houston and Texas Tech. Yeah. This one was actually a good matchup. Houston comes away with the win, 69-61. Milos Uzan with 22 and 16 from Jawan Roberts. Solid game from those boys. Texas Tech had 4 in double digits, but they only ran a 6-man rotation. So.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's kind of, if I'm not mistaken, that's kind of typical for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, not surprising. JT Yoppin, solid 14 and 10, but not enough to overcome Houston. Texas Tech isn't going to fall too much, though. I mean, you're losing to a top 4 team in the nation.
Oh, they only ran a 6-man rotation, you said?
Yeah, they only had 6 dudes out there.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. So who knows? Maybe some of that progressive fatigue started to catch up to them. But
Maybe they got
Houston
some
continues to
injuries or
roll.
something.
Yeah. Houston's still sitting at 16-1, the top of the Big 12 conference. As far as tonight goes, Florida takes on Georgia
Wait.
at 7.
Time out. I want to do predictions with you on tonight's
For
game.
tonight? Okay.
I want to see.
Okay.
And we're going to take a look at the spreads. And we're
Okay.
going to see what you want to do.
Are we picking with the spread or just money line?
With the spread. Because
With
I'm
the
not just
spread.
going to ask you, do you think Duke's going to beat Miami? Like that? No. All right,
Well, I'm
Duke,
looking.
Miami, brother.
That's the spread I was looking at right now. Are you kidding me? Minus 22.5? I'm taking Miami.
Taking Miami on the
Yes,
plus money?
to cover a 22.5. I would hope that a Division I basketball school can cover 22.5 points. Granted, Miami is buns this year, 6-21. So we'll see. I just feel like 22.5 is such a huge spread. They have to be able to keep it, within that range.
Especially in
But
Miami.
we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I guess I could be completely wrong, and we'll find out tomorrow.
Hey man, beggars can't be choosers, I guess.
Yep.
The battle of the Florida Georgia line.
The Florida Georgia line. Well, of course.
I can't think of a cruise.
the war-
cruise line.
no,
The cruise.
Well, it's the
Battle
war
for
for
the-
the oar in football.
Oh, well, I was trying
Yeah,
to
that's
come up
Mickey.
with a Florida Georgia line song.
Oh, geez. See, off the top of my head, I can't
cruise.
come up with any.
Roll my windows down in cruise game.
Yeah.
What are we thinking here, guy?
Of
On
course
a
we're taking.
non-biased opinion.
Of course we're taking Florida to cover the spread. Minus 6.5. Are you kidding me? They beat Georgia by at least 10. Last time these two teams faced off, I want to say Florida beat them by. Let's see. Florida beat them by 30 last time they played.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was 89-59. And granted, that was in Florida, but I don't think being in Georgia
I also
is going
don't
to
think
help them
Georgia's that great.
No, Georgia's okay, but they're not. They're 4-10 in the SEC. Florida's winning this one by double digits. Book it.
Fair enough. And then we head to FS1 tonight for some Big East action between the number 21 overall Marquette Golden Eagles and the Providence Friars.
Marquette's in at minus 13.5. I mean, that's a pretty big spread.
Yeah.
Especially for a Marquette team that I think is good, but hasn't really been dominant lately. They've lost. Geez, just looking here, they're on a. They're doing so bad. I almost started cussing because they're doing so bad. They've lost 5 out of their last 6. Before that, they lost another 2 against Creighton and Villanova. Yeah, I'm gonna take. Or no, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the Providence schedule.
Yeah, you're looking at Providence. I was like, what?
I am indeed looking at Providence. No, Marquette still, they had that pretty rough 3-game losing streak. Yeah, and they started to bounce back 1-2 straight, and then the loss to Villanova is really bad. I'm going to take Providence on the spread.
Yep.
I still think Marquette gets the win, but
I have agreed with you up until now, brother.
Okay.
Iowa
You're also
State,
taking Miami?
Cyclone. Oh, yeah.
All right.
The Cyclones from Iowa State versus the Cowboys from Oklahoma State in the Big 12 matchup in Oklahoma.
Man,
for the kid.
It is in Oklahoma. Oklahoma State has lost 3 out of their last 4. Man, this one's tough. I want to go Iowa State here, but Iowa State has been struggling. Man, you know what? I'm going to go with Iowa State. I think they bounce back from the loss against Houston. Get a big win on the road.
I'm disagreeing. I'm going with I'm taking Oklahoma
9.5 is another big spread. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Oklahoma State
That's like
covers.
the hardest ones I feel like to pick are like between like 8 and like 13.
Yeah.
We got some. There's actually a lot of games tonight. Holy.
Yeah.
Tennessee, the Volunteers head into Louisiana, head into Baton Rouge, head into the Pete Maravich Assembly Center, take on the LSU Tigers.
I'm going to take Tennessee to win by double digits.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, LSU's not that good.
LSU is not that good at all. Alabama hosting Mississippi State in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
The fact that Alabama's only sitting at -8.5. I know they just lost to Missouri, but still, come on. Alabama, highest scoring offense in the nation. I'm taking Alabama to cover.
Yeah, I'm taking Alabama at like -20.
Especially at home. Yeah.
Dude, Mississippi State is not that good. So
No, they're not.
Anywho.
They're okay. But
on Peacock at 9:00 p.m. tonight, we got the Wisconsin Badgers. They'll be hosting the Washington. Why am I blanking on what Washington is? Huskies. There we go. Spread sitting at 14.5 in Madison, Wisconsin at the Kohl Center. What do we got, Benny Freds?
14.5 is such a big spread, but you know what? At home, Washington's really not good in the Big Ten. I'm taking Wisconsin to cover. But this is a huge spread. I want to pick Washington just because 14.5 is crazy. But yeah, Washington's just not good. I'm taking Wisconsin.
I don't know what I'm taking.
These wide spreads are really tough to call.
That's what I'm saying. I'll go Washington. I'll go Washington plus 14.5, just to add a little controversy to the
spice things up a little bit.
I don't know what I just said, but
I get you. Add some spice to the pudding.
I said add some controversy to the pudding.
Chat clip that.
On ESPN University in Columbia, Missouri, the South Carolina Gamecocks taking on the Missouri Tigers. Spread sitting at -12.5. Tickets as low as $12.
I'm going with Missouri. I mean, they just beat Alabama. The loss to Arkansas was tough, but Missouri's a very high-scoring team. No, Arkansas is not bad, and Missouri, is a high-scoring team as well. South Carolina is absolutely buns in the SEC this year. So I'm gonna go with Missouri in this one.
And rounding out our night at 9 p.m. in Blacksburg, Virginia, the Gazelle Coliseum, with tickets as low as $2.
You trying to go?
Louisville on the road, taking on Virginia Tech. Spread sitting at 10.5.
I'm gonna go Virginia Tech here.
Ooh.
Just because, they're at home. And Louisville is good, but they don't jump out as a dominant team to me. I could see Virginia Tech at least keeping it close within 10.
I agree with it.
All right.
Woo. I'll go. Yeah.
So Bruce needs his coffee from what I'm
hearing.
Bro,
legitness, brother, man.
All right, so we got our picks in for tonight's college basketball Tuesday slate. I almost said Saturday slate. We'll do the same thing tomorrow because we got a good amount of games tomorrow as well there, Bruce, including St. John's, Butler, Ole Miss, Auburn, Michigan State, Maryland. A few good matchups tomorrow that we can predict. But before we get into the NBA,
holy moly,
I saw earlier that it is Combine Week.
We hit the block same day. Sorry. I thought you were going to say you saw Amir Khan.
I wish I saw Amir Khan. If I saw Amir Khan.
Are you talking about the Mel Kiper?
True. Yeah, Mel Kiper mock draft is now officially out. It's Combine Week. A couple guys announced that they're not competing at the Combine, those being Abdul Carter as he recovers from a shoulder injury suffered against Boise State. Shedeur Sanders is not going to throw as well, which makes sense. I don't really see why he would. All it can do is hurt him. Was it Cam Ward? I honestly did not see who the third was.
I don't remember if it was Cam Ward. I don't remember. Maybe there wasn't a third.
We'll go through. We'll go through, see if it pops up. But according to Mel Kiper, the number one overall pick in the NFL draft will be to the Tennessee Titans, Abdul Carter from Penn State. Bruce, your reaction?
I mean, I could see it, dude. That kid's a dog, dude. Yeah. I mean, when it comes to the Combine, when it comes to the Combine,
will you stop it?
Just gotta yell back at it.
I know. Hey, stop! Come here. Come on, you want to say hi? Is that it? You want to say hi to Bruce? Look, there's Bruce. There's Bruce.
Hello, little puppy.
She's mad. She's actually a South Carolina fan and is mad that I picked Missouri.
She's a South Carolina Gamecock fan.
Yep. All right. So Abdul Carter, number one.
Yeah, I don't see. We get sidetracked over here. I don't see that too much of a surprise. There we go. That's
Yeah.
what we're looking for. He's a beast. He's a tank. He's an animal.
Yeah, I think it's clear that Abdul Carter's the best pound for pound individual talent in the draft this year. It just depends on the Titans,
but like,
yeah. But it just depends. Depends on where the Titans want to go here. I mean, do they really want to suffer through one more year of Will Levis at starting quarterback? Is it worth it for a guy like Abdul Carter? I don't know. I really couldn't be surprised, but I just can't see the Titans starting Will Levis for one more year. I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, no workouts at the combine.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
One thing's for sure, maybe they're thinking of Abdul Carter as the next Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons, Khalil Mack. I mean, we've seen
other free agent quarterbacks too.
Yeah, true. And there's other guys they could trade for. Could always trade for a Kirk Cousins or a Jameis Winston. Yeah, so there's some options out there, but we'll see. This one has Cleveland Browns at number 2, selecting Cam Ward, which would make sense if Abdul Carter's off the board. Deshaun Watson is out next season after re-tearing his right Achilles, so they do need a quarterback. They got rid of Jameis Winston. Either way, I see the Browns taking a quarterback, unless maybe if Cam Ward goes number 1, maybe then they take Abdul Carter, replace Myles Garrett, but would not be surprised to see Cam Ward go number 2 to Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be surprised to see. I don't know, actually. I mean, yeah, I think Cam Ward's better.
Yeah, you don't see them taking Shedeur Sanders?
No, I mean, I could see them taking either or at this point. Like, I don't know. It really just comes down to, I think, the fact that Shedeur's not doing himself any favors to go higher in the draft.
Yeah.
Whereas Cam's kind of had a little more out there when it comes to football presence, whether in his last season and then like actually participating come this week.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, I could definitely see Cam Ward going to Cleveland, especially with the Deshaun Watson situation, and they just need a quarterback.
Yeah, I kind of expect Cam Ward to go ahead of Shedeur Sanders anyway. That's just from my personal breakdown. But, Mel Kiper is one that has Sanders ranked ahead of Ward in his own personal rankings. But, based on what is expected the league to do, the league pretty much has Cam Ward as the consensus number 1 QB in the class. So most likely Cam Ward going ahead of Shedeur Sanders. At number 3, the New York Football Giants take from Colorado, Travis Hunter, passing on a quarterback.
I don't remember. What a noise. I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't remember if I can't find my. I don't remember what my mock draft was. I think
the old mock draft.
Travis Hunter. To be honest,
I think I did as well, but I think it's because I had both quarterbacks going 1 and 2.
Well, that's fair. But yeah, I could see it, especially actually.
Well, if Shedeur Sanders is on the board, why would they not take a quarterback? They need a quarterback.
Well, I'm seeing here. I mean, there's it's again. There's stuff out there that they could go into free agency. They could trade.
Yeah, but I don't know. Matt Stafford doesn't make the Giants that much better to me, even with Travis Hunter and Malik Neighbors. And Travis Hunter's probably playing corner, which they also need, but still. I don't know. If I'm the Giants, I don't see why you would pass on a quarterback.
Because they kind of need everything. And I get quarterback is kind of the main position that all teams should probably focus on. But I don't know. We never know who they're going to trade for. True. I mean, I don't think Matt Stafford would be a good idea because he's getting old.
It's not a good idea. It doesn't make you a win now team. You're still probably the 4th best team in your division, even with Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
So what is the point? You're going to scrape by and maybe get lucky, and somehow all 3 other teams in your division that don't win it make the wild card. I just don't see that happening. Sam Darnold isn't a name that fixes things for him. I don't know. Again, it depends on where Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll want to go. Do they want to get what they need most, a quarterback, or do they want to get the best player on the board in Travis Hunter? Who knows? But it's certainly interesting that Mel Kiper. Well, we'll get to where Shedeur goes because this is an interesting mock draft. The number 4, the New England Patriots. Mel Kiper's got your Pats drafting Will Campbell, offensive tackle out of LSU, which I think is great. He also mentions that this is a trade back spot for the Patriots, or maybe not for the Patriots, but for other teams wanting to move back in the draft if, someone they want gets taken. So it's possible this trade ends up getting moved around. But right now, I think for the Pats, an offensive tackle is the best bet. Get someone out there to protect Drake May.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely need it. Obviously, not a very good pass block, pass rush team offense on the offensive side of the ball this past season. But I would say, I wouldn't mind seeing a trade come say, with Shedeur potentially being still on the board at this situation, getting a trade from, say, even though we're not going to be taking a quarterback, and it's pretty obvious we wouldn't take a quarterback, getting a trade. Actually, the Falcons took Michael Penix, but anyway.
Yeah, but Kirk Cousins was old.
Yeah, so I mean, the Jets maybe trade up.
The Raiders could possibly trade up.
The Raiders, the Saints.
Saints are definitely a team that could trade up for a quarterback.
I mean, it's a possibility that you can get some value.
I wouldn't count out the 49ers either, with Brock Purdy getting to the end of that rookie contract. And has he really done enough to prove that he deserves starting quarterback money in the NFL? I don't know. So that's another sleeper team that this number 4th pick, especially if Shedeur Sanders is still on the board, is going to be very interesting to see how it unfolds. And the Pats, I feel like, could easily trade back and still get a really good offensive lineman, or whatever position they need. If they could trade back, get still a top 1st round pick and then maybe a 3rd rounder or a 2nd rounder, they should take that in a heartbeat.
Sorry.
Hey, no, you're all good, buddy. You do your thing over there. At number 5, the Jacksonville Jaguars taking Mason Graham, defensive tackle out of Michigan. Makes sense. Take the best player on the board there. Don't need a quarterback. Surprised I guess they don't really need another wide receiver. They did just take Brian Thomas, but could always use more weapons. And honestly, the Jags really do need defense. So. Yeah, they really do need to go defense. Whether they go D-line or secondary, they're taking a defensive player at number 5. So it makes sense. Mason Graham, probably the best one on the board. The Jags are a team that I could see if, for whatever reason, the Titans wanted to trade down. Watch out for the Jags potentially trading up for the Drags. Yeah, potentially trading up for that number 1 pick. Try to get Abdul Carter, but it would take a lot to trade up that high. Number 6, the Las Vegas Raiders. Ashton Jeanty, running back, Boise State, going that early at number 6.
Dude, I can see it, but he's a tank, 1. 2, who knows what they're going to do with their quarterback situation. They might look to trade. They might look to bring in free agent, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time we've seen a good running back? Like a real, true, solid running back 1 that was a stud in Las Vegas / Oakland.
Guess maybe Darren McFadden. Why do I feel like they had a running back not that long ago that was really solid? But I can't.
It's not a rhetorical question, but it's it's been years, years.
Since Darren McFadden, I can't really. Obviously back in the day you had Marcus Allen, Bo Jackson, but yeah. Let's see, top 25 rushing yards leaders in Raiders history. Of course you got your older guys, Marcus Allen, Bo Jackson, whatever.
They had Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, but Marshawn Lynch, that's who I was thinking of, because they did pick up a running back at one point. But Marshawn Lynch By the time he left Seattle, he wasn't going to do anything crazy. Yeah, it's been quite some time since the Raiders have had a real stud running back there. Oh, Latavius Murray was solid for a year or two. But still, he was solid. He wasn't top of the league.
They haven't had a run game. And with no quarterback, not having a run game doesn't help their situation. I'm surprised they weren't last in the NFL with this year. So, yeah, I mean, it really comes down to who they're going to bring in at quarterback. If they get a solid running back, they have Brock Bowers now.
Brock Bowers is going to be a quarterback's best friend.
Yeah, exactly. They're building in the right direction. It's just getting the right pieces at the right time. If they bring in Gentry, I wouldn't draft a quarterback in the second round necessarily. Look for a trade. Look for free agency. Look for a guy who can come in and fit your scheme.
Look for Justin Fields or hey, who could be going to Vegas to play with his old coach? Russell Wilson's a free agent. I'm just saying. So it's certainly possible. A lot of things the Raiders could do here. I don't like this mainly because I just want the Dallas Cowboys to draft Ashton Gentry, but we'll see. I hope he falls to him. At number 7.
Everybody out there, I accidentally made our last post on Instagram. I didn't turn the music down, allegedly, even though I did turn the music down, and so I guess they can't hear us talking. But
at
least they get to jam out to our faces.
Yeah. Number 7, New York Jets taking Shedeur Sanders out of Colorado. And this, if he's still on the board, I could 100% see happening.
Yeah, I don't understand how they think he's still going to be on the board.
Yeah. Well, I guess Mel Kiper's, reasoning is look at these teams that would be taking quarterbacks. All right, the Titans, they're getting the best player in the draft in Abdul Carter. Browns get Cam Moore. Giants, yeah, they really do need a quarterback, but are they 100% sure that Shedeur Sanders is number 3 overall pick worthy? Maybe not. Maybe they want Travis Hunter just because he's the best player that they could possibly get, and maybe they do still trade for Matt Stafford or sign Sam Darnold. Yeah, I mean, I feel like whatever team gets Travis Hunter, you're getting a stud player no matter what.
Imagine Travis Hunter and Christian Gonzalez.
There you go. And like the Patriots, Jaguars, they don't need quarterbacks. Raiders definitely could be in.
But realistically, okay, hear me out. Do the Jags? Are they still ride or die with T-Law right now?
I think so. Didn't they just give him an extension not that long ago?
Yeah, but it's like, brother.
I think they're still riding it out with him. At least they're at a point where they're not drafting a quarterback top 5. They're still sticking with T-Law.
Yeah.
And then
they're in the point where they're probably trade.
Yeah, maybe they end up drafting like a Will Howard in the 4th round or a Kyle McCord or something late. And just to get someone back there
at the East versus West Bowl.
There you go. But like just to get someone to give Trevor Lawrence a little bit of pressure to say, hey, if you stink again, we have this rookie that could come in, potentially win us some games. I wouldn't waste a 1st-round pick because ultimately the goal is still to win with Trevor Lawrence and the team you have now.
Yeah.
Add some defense to that and you have a real shot. But the Jags are definitely a team that I could see drafting a quarterback in the later rounds just to try to light something under Trevor Lawrence. And hey, if it works out, works out. If it doesn't, you can always, just have this guy stay as a backup or trade him at some point. I'm sure there will be teams that will want quarterbacks in the future. You can always find a market for those guys. But
exactly,
I guess, and then with the Raiders too, I mean, the fact that I feel like they're confident they can sign a free agent quarterback with Pete Carroll under helm, and obviously having Tom Brady as a minority owner helps as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I could see the Raiders getting a Sam Darnold, Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, whoever. So maybe they don't bother going for quarterback. And they skipped out on a quarterback last year and got Brock Bowers, who was the best non-quarterback in the class. So I think that they're kind of in the mindset of let's just get the best player we can. Who cares if it's a quarterback? Get whoever the best player on the board is. So I guess maybe it's possible that Shedeur ends up falling all the way to 7. I don't know. I see Shedeur a New York Giant. No, I see the New York Giants taking Shedeur Sanders, but who knows? Unless somehow between now and the draft, the Giants have something in place to trade or sign a quarterback, I don't see why they wouldn't draft a QB. But Mel Kiper has the Jets taking Shedeur Sanders, which, if he's still available, would certainly be good for him. We all know they need a new quarterback, but do you trust the New York Jets to take care of a rookie quarterback, especially if you're like Deion Sanders and telling your son where he should and shouldn't go? Do you really trust the Jets after what you've seen them do to Zach Wilson, to Sam Darnold, to all these other guys that they drafted and it didn't work out?
Everybody in history.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I mean, at least with the Giants, you can make the claim that the Giants have drafted quarterbacks or gotten guys and they've still been decent. Even Daniel Jones wasn't terrible. He was a pretty mid-tier quarterback. He was painfully average. He had one good season, one playoff win, but
he was like Mac Jones.
Yeah, exactly. But like the Giants, I feel like you could at least have some confidence in drafting a quarterback and not being a complete failure. The Jets, I don't know. I don't know if the Jets, if I even trust them taking a QB. Chase, we're looking at Mel Kiper's mock draft. He's got Abdul Carter going number 1. I could see it being either Abdul or Cam Ward. Giants taking Travis at number 3, which me and Bruce don't really see. I don't necessarily see the Giants passing. Yeah, you don't see
who
the chat.
going number 1? Oh,
yeah, probably Abdul Carter. I mean,
I can see Abdul Carter. I could see Abdul Carter. I could see Cam Ward. I could see Travis Hunter. Like, I think this draft, the top.
No, Kiper mocks always dirt.
I mean, hey, that's not necessarily okay. I'm not gonna actually trash on Mel Kiper, but anyway, I think that
but I could see this definitely going different.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like this year, it's just this incoming class is just, it could go 10 different ways for the top 10. Like,
no, it really could. There's so many talented dudes that could go anywhere. But
I don't hate him, so I don't know him personally, so I'm not gonna trash on him. One day maybe I'll meet him and then he'll be like, "Oh, you were that guy that trashed on me."
Oh, you were that guy from that show that was talking shit.
Yeah, you were that guy back in that day that did that thing. I'll be like, "No, I don't know what you're talking about, guy."
But no, honestly, me personally, top 3, I got Cam Ward, Carter, and then Shedeur.
Yeah.
I just don't see how the Titans stick out with Will Levis for another year. They're not signing a free agent. What free agent is going to want to go to Tennessee? They're not making a trade unless they traded for like Kirk Cousins, which doesn't do anything for them. I don't know.
It's weird because we got to see the whole offseason. We got to see the whole offseason.
We'll see. Like, it's clear that Abdul Carter is the number 1 player in the draft.
But
Titans need a QB.
Did Tennessee want to make that move?
Yeah, it'd be risky for him. I mean, we've seen plenty of teams go that route of, going for just the best player on the board instead of the guy they need the most. And it's worked out in some cases, but
maybe they're trying to pull a draft day.
Yeah, maybe.
The movie,
Maybe. But either way, it's going to be a good draft. We know that it might not have the same quarterback class that last year's draft did, but it's going to be a good one as far as seeing where some of these guys go.
I think this is one of the better just overall player drafts in years.
Yeah, because you got Carter, you got Mason Graham, you got Genty. Don't forget T-Mac out of Arizona, who actually, I'm looking, Mel Kiper's got yeah. Are you serious? He has him going 21?
Chargers.
Wait, no. Mel Kiper doesn't even have him going 21.
Or no, he has him going 22 to the Chargers.
That's crazy. He's got.
I mean, he's also got Igbokwe going 21.
Yeah, but still, all the way to 21 for the first wide receiver off the board is pretty surprising.
I know.
I don't know. All right, we'll keep going here. Jets, I don't see getting Shedeur Sanders. No shot. I don't know what the Jets are going to do at quarterback because honestly, if you were to ask me, their best bet, trade down from 7, go to like anywhere from 15 to 20, See if you can get Jalen Milroe or Jackson Dart. See how their combines go first. Because Jackson Dart, apparently, I'm not as high on him as others, but apparently Jackson Dart has potential to jump all the way up to catch Shador and Cam Ward if he has a good combine. Apparently, a lot of teams are very high on him.
They were saying that last year.
Yeah. And Jalen Milroe, I could see him having a similar combine to Anthony Richardson, where he goes in as a late first round, second round quarterback. People see how much of a freak athlete the dude is, and then all of a sudden he shoots up draft boards until he's going top 15. And I think that's the best bet for the Jets.
Then he has the same NFL career as Anthony Richardson.
Hey, don't sleep, all right? That's a former Florida Gator you're talking about. Give him some time. He'll figure things out, all right? Don't sleep on AR-15, okay?
AR-15.
But back to the Jets. I don't know. Yeah, you need some coffee over there,
dude.
Buddy.
Literally.
Come on, power through. We got 20 minutes left. Be professional. Hang in there with
bro. I am the most professional person that I think has ever existed.
Absolutely. You're a stud over there.
Just kind of the man. I don't know what to tell you.
Any other big names popping up here? Niners taking Will Johnson at 11. They've got my Dallas Cowboys taking Omarion Hampton from North Carolina.
He is good.
No, I believe it. Honestly, I'm just if Genty really does go early and the Cowboys can't take him, I'd at least still want them to get the next best running back off the board.
Yeah.
Because for the love of God, do they need a running game? Nothing else too crazy jumping off the screen here. Like we mentioned, Emeka Egbuka going 21 to Pittsburgh.
Well, I like McMillan 22 going to Indy to run that. To run that backfield, not backfield, but
the back end of that defense.
Back end, yeah. I could see them taking T-Mac or Egbuka too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like one of those wide receivers is going top 15 for sure, maybe even closer to top 10.
Yeah, I mean, this is just like I think this is just
looking at
very base.
Yeah,
like there's a lot of time.
Looking at the teams that could be taking wide receivers, I mean, Carolina could certainly use a wide receiver. New Orleans, they need a quarterback too, but they could always use another wide out. Granted, they are getting Rashid Shaheed and
New England,
whoever else back. Honestly, yeah, New England, if they don't go offensive line, they could go wide receiver.
Cleveland.
San Fran maybe go wide out to replace Debo. Dallas needs a wide receiver too. There's a lot of teams.
I don't know about San Fran because San Fran got Ayuk.
They got Ayuk coming back. Juwan Jennings had a good
kind
year.
Of popped out this season. Ricky Pearsall kind of showed up. Like I think they're solid. They're solid.
Good. No, I would be surprised if the Niners went wide receiver, but with the fact that Debo is probably leaving, it's certainly a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad shout that it could happen.
Yeah,
it definitely could happen.
Either way, it's going to be an exciting NFL draft. When is the draft? April 24th, if I remember right. Let me make sure I got that
Not for a while.
Correct. Yeah, April 24th, first day of the NFL draft, but it's combine week, so I'm sure we'll see some things going around. All right, let's get back to the basketball there, Bruce.
I got one more the NBA. Thing.
You got one more football thing?
Yeah, the Green Bay Packers. I don't know if you saw this. Green Bay Packers submitted a proposal to ban the tushy pushy.
Yep. So does this mean that the Packers were that originally anonymous team that submitted something? I mean, they must be if now we're talking about them. But yeah. So yeah, it was their GM Brian Gutekunst that confirmed that the Packers made the proposal. I mean, I see where they're coming from. I do.
Talk rule.
I'm honestly indifferent on it. I would like to see the tush push banned. I understand why you can't at the same time. If you really want to stop it, then figure out how to stop it on defense. But after what we saw in the NFC Championship with the Commanders trying to jump off sides or trying to jump the snap, I guess, what was it, 3-4 times in a row? Like, that's just a bad product. We went like
Yeah, it's
5
for the
minutes of real
fans.
time without a single snap.
Like, from a fan's perspective, I would like to see it gone.
Yeah. I think the players would agree too.
Yeah, well, the players would agree because no one else can do it. No one
Yeah.
else can figure it out.
Well,
Like,
that and
the Bills have
imagine
Josh
being one of
Allen and they
those.
can't figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know how the Eagles. I don't know. Maybe it's just the fact that Jalen Hurts is as big as he is in his legs, but it's also kind of small. It's just his frame. Who knows what it is? But
I don't know how. Like, I'm looking at this picture.
it's
right now,
honestly
and I'm
it's honestly an
trying to figure
injury
out how
risk
it
too. I
works.
mean, Chris Jones got hurt in the Super Bowl because of the tush push,
Yeah,
and
because you're
not
just trying to throw your body out there because you don't know what to do.
yeah, and not that Chris Jones would have made that big of a difference in this year's Super Bowl, but still, it certainly could have had an effect on the outcome of the game if it was a little bit closer. So I guess I would lean towards supporting banning the tush push, but at the same time, I understand if you're an Eagles fan or someone that enjoys the tush push that you're like, well, figure out how to stop it. Get
Yeah.
stronger defensive tackles. Get the fridge William Perry back in there.
I mean, it is a big
know.
refrigerator, Perry. It is a big injury risk, like realistically.
Yeah.
It is
I
a
mean,
really big
think
injury.
about it, especially you're beating up your center to hell.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kelsey retired 1 year into them doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Kelsey literally did it for 1 year and was like, you know what? My neck can't do this anymore. No, not happening.
Yeah, like mind you, I don't know if that's necessarily the reason, but at the
No,
same
but
time,
still, it's got to be.
still.
I mean, you saw Phillies. Who was their starting center? Cam Jurgens or was it Dickerson? One of the two. Cam Jurgens had a bad back injury towards the tail end of the season there that he played through in the playoffs. But why do you think their O-line is getting hurt? Because they're doing the tush push 5 times a day. It's I don't know. I could see it.
Oh, it was Frankie
getting banned.
Luvu who got flagged a bunch against in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah,
I forgot
exactly.
about
That
that.
was
But he
just-
just kept jumping.
Dude, that was just bad. I mean, 5 straight minutes of nothing going on. It got to the point where the refs quite literally said they were going to give Philly a touchdown if Washington. I don't even think that happens in Madden.
Like, if Frankie Luvu jumped one more time, he was just going to give Philly a touchdown, which is crazy.
Dude, I don't even think if you were playing Madden and you jumped off sides 5 times in a row that they would do that.
Then they wouldn't, because it's not a thing. Like, what are you talking about? You can just give them a touchdown.
That's how you know it's bad, dude. Yeah, I'm honestly, the more we talk about it, I kind of support the idea of banning the tush push just because I feel like it's a bad product for football. It's not exciting, doesn't take any skill, but it's part of the game. They're not breaking any rules by doing it. It's not an illegal formation in any way. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm intrigued to see where the league goes with this. I can't see them banning a play unless they made the formation illegal or something like that.
Yeah, that's how they would do it. That would have to be how they would do it. They can't just ban on play. It would have to be an illegal formation.
Yeah, but we'll see what ends up happening. All right, to the NBA real quick. We'll check out tonight's games and quick last night's scores. The Miami Heat still suck. They lost yet again to the Atlanta Hawks. Andrew Wiggins had a decent outing, but yeah, they suck. Detroit Pistons. Hey, look out for Detroit. They've won 7 in a row after beating the Clippers last night, 106-97.
Bro,
Cade Cunningham
dropped, I think it was 2 nights ago. I don't think it was last night. I think it was against the Hawks.
Well, last night Cade had 32, 9, and 7.
Yeah, the night before he had 38, 7, and 12, and he dropped the most fantasy points by a player all season or something like that.
Yeah, the night before that against San Antonio, 25 and 12. So the Detroit Pistons are certainly, they're obviously not getting close to winning the East or anything, but they've got some good signs, good things coming.
The playoffs.
They're definitely making a playoff push. They could surprise some teams and maybe win a series. We'll have to wait and see. The Nuggets beat the Pacers by 9. The Chicago Bulls, man.
Joker had 19 assists.
Yep. 18 points, 9 rebounds, 19
and he
assists.
didn't have a double-double. Or he didn't have a triple-double, I mean.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, Jokic has bad games, and they look like this. In this one, Jokic shot. Well, he still shot 9 for 14, but like Jokic, you just expect to have 30 plus points, and when he doesn't, you think it's a bad game. But then you see almost 20 assists on the same night.
Career high.
He's the best player in the world. No other way to say it. He's the best player in the world. The Philadelphia 76ers.
White, Jason Tatum.
All right. Are you done?
Al Horford.
Are you done?
Kristaps Porzingis.
Let me guess. Luke Cornett is better than Joker too.
Hauser. Yeah. Luke Cornett.
Okay.
Kata.
Are you still listing Celtics players? Are you all good?
I'll stop.
As a Celtics fan, you'll probably get into this. The Philadelphia 76ers, their season might be done.
They are dog doo-doo.
They're absolutely terrible. And I can't even say that they've got the hospital squad playing because, yes, Embiid was out, but they still had Paul George, still had Tyrese Maxey.
Oubre.
I know you're missing Jared McCain, but if you're banking on a rookie to come in and make you a contender, you weren't winning anyways.
Bro, how about Josh Giddey at Chicago?
He's been balling. 25 points, 16 rebounds, 6 assists. How about Kevin Huerter? Local 518 product, 23 points, 4 assists. Good to see him finally.
Yeah, bro. That's crazy, bro. This Bulls team might be turning around.
Yep. This Bulls team is good when you have guys like Kobe White and Trey Jones, Kevin Huerter, Lonzo, that you can just swap in and out of the starting lineup on a daily night. Any one of those guys can start any given night and give you productive minutes. So this Bulls team, they're certainly not a playoff team by any means, but they've got a bright future, just like the Pistons do.
I know, and it's not like they're like you said it kind of perfectly. They're not like a power punching team, but right now they're in a playoff spot.
Mm-hmm. And they could certainly surprise some people.
It's not like they're star players, but they might just be the right players that have found the right spots for them to be in.
Yeah. And it's not
the best place
Lonzo
for them.
Ball finally playing.
Yeah, Lonzo's back.
Yeah, and actually seeing him on a winning team, it's been fun to see. This new look Chicago Bulls is definitely going to surprise some people. The Washington Wizards get a win over the Brooklyn Nets. Nothing crazy there. The Minnesota Timberwolves over the Oklahoma City Thunder in overtime, 131-128. Anthony Edwards did not play the first 3 minutes of overtime, but still had the game-winning block for the Timberwolves, who were down by 25 at one point in this game. Yep, they were down 15 points with 3.5 minutes to go. Complete the comeback. Anthony Edwards had a bit of an off night, but when you get some help from Jaden McDaniels, who had 27, Naz Reid with 22, Nickeil Alexander-Walker with 21, the rookies, Terrence Shannon and Rob Dillingham with 17 and 12 apiece.
3.5 minutes left. They were down.
I believe it was 16.
16. They went on a 16-0 run.
Yep. And honestly, those are the kinds of losses that I'm not going to hit the panic button on Oklahoma City because we know how good they are.
Yeah.
That is a bad loss. When you're up 16, 3.5 minutes, and you can't close out, how are you going to close out in a tough playoff game in similar situations, especially when the crowd is even more on edge? It's certainly, something that if this continues to happen, it's going to be concerning for the Oklahoma City Thunder. But right now, no need to panic. It's still, nonetheless, an impressive win for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had 39 and 10, 8 assists. Jalen Williams, 27, 6 and 6. Shai also shot 17 free throws, though. So what else is new?
Yeah, that is wild.
Trailblazers beat the Jazz by 2. Kings demolished the Hornets. Zach LaVine drops 42. But the game I'm excited to talk about, 42. The game I'm excited to talk about coming up tonight at 10 p.m. on True TV, Max, TNT, wherever you want to watch. It is the Mavericks and the Lakers for the first time since the Luka Anthony Davis trade. Excuse me, as it sucks that we're not going to get to see Anthony Davis playing in this one, as he still recovers from his groin injury. But we get to see Luka against his former team. and this should be an exciting matchup, especially because the
I'm
Lakers have been
excited
playing
for the
great basketball
Warriors
lately.
Hornets.
The Warriors are also a basketball team.
I'm
Been
excited to
playing
start
very
watching
well
a
lately.
3-point competition tonight between Steph Curry and Lonzo Ball and LaMelo Ball. That game's gonna be. This game's gonna be sick,
are
dude.
also there.
This game's gonna be sick. This game's gonna be sick. I mean, I'm not taking away from what you said. I just
No, we got a good few good games here. Celtic.
No,
Raptors
I was
as
just
well.
making fun of the Hornets. But
yeah, the Hornets suck.
Yeah, but yeah, dude, this game's gonna be crazy.
I hope Luka drops like 35, 15, and 10. Something crazy.
Literally, bro. Or 35, 20, and 20.
Yeah. We know it's possible. And Luka's finally, I think, coming into his own with this Lakers team. Look, what LeBron James needs to realize is
it's not
for this
his
Lakers team, yes. For this Lakers team to be as successful as they can be, he's got to do what Dwayne Wade did for him when LeBron came to Miami in 2010 and say, you know what, this is your team now. Let me take a step back. I'll let you take the reins and you take us as far as you can take us. Let us know how we can help you. And that's what they did against Denver. Denver, a team who historically has not lost to the Lakers in years. The Lakers can never seem to figure out how to beat Jokic and the Nuggets. And they did the other night behind Luka's 32 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists. And if they continue to let him go to work, let him run the show, they'll continue to win games. Where they were sitting at 4th in the West last I checked. Yeah, 4th in the West right now.
Yeah.
Which honestly was not.
And the Mavs, I think,
not what a lot of people
6th,
expected.
or they're like a half a game off 6th.
Mavs are sitting at 8th right now. Yeah, half
8th,
a game
but
out
aren't
of
they
6th.
Yeah.
The whole Western Conference is kind of jumbled together from 6 to 10, all within a couple games. I mean, similar situation for the East when you go from 7 to 9. But either way, excited to see this matchup between Luka and the Lakers and the Dallas Mavericks and Kyrie Irving. We'll break it all down for you tomorrow morning as we'll be back on for the Wednesday edition. Bruce, I know you've got a meeting with the what is it, the Rumple Ponies?
The Rumble Ponies.
The Rumble Ponies.
Baby. The AA affiliate for the New York Mets.
Yeah, so good luck. Good luck with your meeting there, my friend. We will be back at it tomorrow morning with more of the regular fan show, breaking it down more of the NBA slate. We could talk more NFL offseason. We could dive into some crazy stuff. We'll see.
There's a lot happening.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. MLB spring training is underway. Well, we could dive into some of the recent broken ground for the New York Yankees and some of the things they've been adjusting in their clubhouse. We'll have it all for you here on the regular fan show. Hair. Hosted, yes, well-groomed beards. Well-groomed beards. As Bruce, you should probably be the one to, you're the beard aficionado over there. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Shout out Chase in the chat. Appreciate you, brother. We'll be back at it tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. to 12 noon. More of the regular fan show hosted by the fans for the fans. Vinny Fredericks and Bruce Juno signing off. Good day, everybody.
Take care, y'all peoples.
Yep. Hit the follow, hit the likes, ding the bell.
Do the tang.